Yeah. Just to go back to the matchup with Ciryl, I don't necessarily want you to give us any like necessarily game plan. But one thing that I took away was Ciryl. Majority of his game, the way that he comes out is he imposes his will using leg kicks. Like a lot of times, he will use his leg kicks in the beginning of the rounds so that he slows down his opponents. Francis, of his recent opponents, probably the closest one to that is Alistair Overeem. Do you see, or do you know, what can you say about dealing with these leg kicks? We don't really see Francis get leg kicked, especially in his last matchups. But we know that Cyryl's going to come out there and stand right in front of Francis, leg kick, and then escape every single time.
Yeah, it's just usually how you check, how you counter, what side it's coming from, how it's set up. Is he setting it up with the hands? Is it coming from open stance? Is it coming from closed stance? How do you want to counter back? Usually depends on where it's located and where it lands. So, like for example, like if you're open stance and they throws a left head kick, and how is it blocked? Are you feeling shin bone? Are you feeling toes? Is it missing you? So you don't ever want to, like, if it's long, you don't want to come charging in with a counter right cross because he might already be planning to throw a left southpaw, straight counter. So it's just really depicted on the range and where it's coming from and how you want to set it up. But we have plenty of reads off of those things, and I think that if he wants to get in a kick battle with us, we can make him pay for that.
Well, who's the last fighter that you recall that you worked on leg kicks similar to what you're gonna have to with Ciryl Gane?
Um, Probably off the top of my head, I mean, we just had the fight with Danny Chavez and Kai Kamaka, and Danny Chavez was a big calf kicker. So we decided to beat the shit out of his calf first. And Kai Kamaka slammed calf kicks that whole fight and made him leave in a wheelchair. Same with Brad Tavares. Brad and I have really worked very diligently along with Ray Sefo about perfecting our angle of calf kicks and what we like to do. Low kicks, calf kicks, all kicks in general. But I think for us, like being able to throw them and implement them, you also have to understand how to defend them as well. So we have a pretty good lead on that stuff.
How about for Francis's camps? Like in his previous opponents, how many times or how much focus did you put on leg kicks? Because like against Stipe, you're not really going to throw leg kicks. I know he threw a couple head kicks at Stipe, but in general, his last opponents really didn't. You didn't really need to leg kick them.
No, we threw calf kicks. We threw calf kicks a lot versus Stipe. That was a big part of our camp. The emphasis was the rear hand parry the jab. We'll rear hand parry the jab and drop the outside low calf to take away the jab hand. If you go back and watch that fight, I think that was one of the first things we threw was the calf kick. We blasted that fucker. So and we did that quite a bit in the JDS fight as well. We threw a lot of calf kicks as well, leg kicks, calf kicks. Francis, man, he kicks hard, dude. So it's just another weapon that I think that we always have to have, and a tool, especially for a guy like Stipe. He uses a lot of lateral movement, and he's heavy, can be heavy on that front foot coming in off his shot. So we wanted to make sure we took away his lead leg.